think the first thing a producer should think about when going out to the market is that they have a package together. Do they have a cast that is attached to the project? What is the look and feel of the film? If you have a director attached, how does that director's vision relate to the draft, if you have one? If you don't have a script draft, then having a pitch document or sort of treatment or some sort of, one-page document that clearly describes what the film will be. So it just depends on what phase of the process you're at, if you need money for development or if you're looking for money for production. If you're looking for money for development, then, it's making sure that you have either a strong writer or a strong director or a writer-director at the beginning, and then trying to raise finance for the project from appropriate partners who would be interested in a project like that. So if it's a big genre movie, then making sure that you're approaching distributors who actually distribute genre films, not, art house distributors, for example. And I think if you're looking for production finance, then I guess it's having more of the package together. So like I said earlier, having cast or your drafts in a place that they can be read by people who are reading about 10 to 15 scripts a week, and they're not there to have a very long conversation about how the script will change. I think if you want to build momentum, you should have a package before you kind of step out, and the interplay between those various players, those various partners, together, making them feel like they're part of a group of people who are supporting your project, is how you really build momentum on a script. And if you have certain deadlines that you give yourself, like casting availability or seasonal requirements for the story, whatever it is, building your momentum and your own kind of energy that you put into your project toward those deadlines with the partners at the same time. That's how I would build momentum if I'm looking to finance or package a project with interesting people. Again, I think the best way to secure the right meetings at market is to do your research and look at the project that you have and see, what type of partners suit your idea best. So if it's a gritty drama, it might be more suitable in the UK for someone like Film 4 than it would be for the BBC because of the product that they already put out. I guess is a good example of a broadcaster that might invest in your film at an early stage. Ditto for an animation or like a family drama. You want to look for a distributor who has that type of film in their stable. So in order to secure those meetings, you need to be able to have the product that would attract those specific partners to the idea. I think it's important when you're going out to finance a project that you have a basic understanding of partners that normally work together. So there might be a group of financing bodies like, for example, the BFI and the BBC, or the BFI and Film 4 that partner often on first-time films. So it's understanding that dynamic between all of those different players and understanding the relationship that they have to one another in any given film. And that goes for international as well. They'll have a sales agent that will often be sympathetic to European style filmmaking or projects that are British. You look for the financiers in America or in other territories like Australia that like the type of content that comes out of the UK. And I think identifying who those people are will give you a kind of step up before you step out to, take those meetings. As a producer, I think you should, knock on as many doors as you can and expect a lot of doors to be shut in your face. You have to have tough skin and, expect a lot of no's before you get a meeting. But eventually, if you persevere, you'll be able to meet people who are interested in your project, and they might not always say what you want to hear, might not be able to offer you finance, but at least you're building relationships with these financing bodies and distributors, sales agents, whatever, who might be interested in your next project. So I think it's, important to persevere and keep knocking on doors.